Okay guys, what will be discussed today is this LM5, plotting the PAR, and tracking and monitoring a tropical cyclone. What will be expected during this lesson? So, you will master to trace the path of typhoon that enters the Philippine Area of Responsibility, which is the PAR. Number 2 is to determine whether a tropical cyclone is within or outside PAR. Number 3 is to describe how tropical cyclone is tracked and discuss why there is a need for PAG-ASA to regularly monitor tropical cyclones near the PAR. Number 4 is to discuss precautionary measures before, during, and after typhoon. So guys, we have provided pre-test and post-test on this description area. Check that out. So last time, we have learned about the lines and latitude, the lines of latitude and lines of longitude. Latitudes are the lines that run in an east to west direction across the earth. The longitude lines that runs in a north to south direction across the earth. For latitude degrees are measured as north and south, and for longitude, degrees are measured in east and west. So let's start. The Philippine Area of Responsibility, the PAR, is an area enclosing the Philippines, Palau, Taiwan, and the northern part of Borneo. PAG-ASA, or Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, which is the Philippine Meteorological Agency, monitors the formation, arrival, movement, and the track of the tropical cyclones within the PAR. The PAR has the following exact points, bounded by imaginary lines connecting the coordinates. We have 5 degree north and 115 degree east. Next is 15 degree north and 115 degree east, etc. The western boundary of the PAR is closer to the coastline of the country than the eastern boundary. The eastern PAR boundary is several hundreds of kilometers away from the nearest coastline in the eastern part of the country and completely encloses the East Philippine Sea. Tropical cyclones inside the PAR warrants the issuance of Severe Weather Bulletin, the highest level of warning information issued for tropical cyclones. So as you can see, we have the map here, and we have different lines. The bold line marks are the boundary of Philippine Area of Responsibility, which is the PAR. The latitude and the longitude of each corner is also shown. So we have the points for different coordinates. A tropical cyclone is a rapidly rotating storm system characterized by a low pressure center, a closed level atmospheric circulation, strong winds, and spiral arrangement of thunderstorms that produce heavy rains. It can destroy most things, can take the lives of many people, and even affects the livelihood of farmers. These negative effects of a tropical cyclones can be avoided by educating people on basic information such as the anatomy of a tropical cyclone. Example is the eye and the eyewall. So terminologies like landfall, thunderstorm, and storm surge warning signals, which is PSWS 1 to PSWS 5, and color coded rainfall warnings, and the possible path or direction it will take. But how do we know the direction it will take? So take a look at the illustration that we have provided. The first illustration shows the tropical cyclones were formed over northwest Pacific Ocean and moved toward the northwest direction, affecting Luzon and Visayas. In general, a tropical cyclone, specifically a typhoon, develops over the northwest Pacific Ocean, where water is warm and with a temperature is about 26.5 degrees Celsius or greater. Thus, not all the water in the ocean contributes to the formation of tropical cyclone. The hotter the area, the greater the evaporation level, meaning if there's not enough warm water sustaining the life of tropical cyclone, it will eventually vanish, and it's often moving toward the northwest direction because of the large scale of the wind that pushes that tropical cyclone in that direction. So guys, I'll give you a guide on how to track tropical cyclones on the module. Okay, check that out again, and after that we'll have different activities. Okay, so we have 2 activities. So just remember, the Philippine Area of Responsibility, the PAR, is an area of the Earth's surface enclosing the Philippines, Palau, Taiwan, and the northern tip of Borneo. The exact dimension of this domain are the area of the western North Pacific bounded by imaginary lines connecting the coordinates 5 degree north and 115 degree east. Next is 15 degree north and 115 degree east, 21 degree north and 120 degree east, 21 degree north and 135 degree east, and 5 degree north and 135 degree east. So let us proceed with the next topic, which is monitoring tropical cyclone near the PAR. What will be expected on this discussion? We will be able to trace the path of typhoon that enter the Philippine Area of Responsibility, or the PAR, using a map and a tracking data. Specifically, number 1, discuss why PAG-ASA regularly monitors tropical cyclones near the PAR. Number 2 is to write your own weather forecast. And 3, manifest typhoon preparedness. So let's start our journey in learning why PAG-ASA regularly monitors tropical cyclones appearances. I'm sure that you're ready and excited to answer the pretest and smile and cheer up. Let's start. So the Philippines is located in the western part of the North Pacific Ocean. This vast area encompasses many countries in Oceania and the eastern parts of Asia. Tropical cyclones can form over warm waters anywhere within this area. Typhoons are a type of large storm system having a circular or spiral system of violent winds, typically hundreds of kilometers or miles in diameter. This poses a significant challenge to forecasters in different countries within this region. To make monitoring easy for the forecasters, this large region of Pacific Ocean is broken into smaller domains called areas of responsibility. Here, forecasters will only have to monitor those tropical cyclones that are relevant to their country. Meteorology is the study of dealing with atmospheric phenomena that includes climate and weathers. It is also the study of typhoons. In the Philippines, the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAG-ASA, is a government agency that is responsible for weather forecasts, rain advisories, and typhoon warnings. PAG-ASA has an established revised public storm warning signal system 1 to 5. Storm warning signals are raised to warn the public of incoming weather disturbances. It was modified because tropical cyclones have become more intense recently. It is also important to remember that the tropical cyclones are constantly in motion, generally towards the Philippines when PAG-ASA is issuing the warning. Therefore, the public storm warning signals number over threatened affected locality may be sequentially upgraded or downgraded. This means PSWS number 1 may be upgraded to PSWS number 2, then to number 3, and 4 and 5 as necessary when a very intense typhoon is approaching, or downgraded when a typhoon is moving away. However, in this case, rapid improvement of weather condition due to the considerable weakening or acceleration of speed of movement of a tropical cyclone moving away from the country. The downgrading of signal may jump one signal level. For example, number 3 or PSWS number 3 may be downgraded to PSWS number 1, or all signals from PSWS number 2 to 1. PAG-ASA also established color coded rainfall warning signals, red, orange, and yellow. So as you can see, we have PAG-ASA's color coded warning signals. Rainfall warning system. The red, orange, and yellow color coding is applied to the 3 levels of rainfall: volume, intensity, and likely consequent flooding. A yellow rainfall advisory is raised when the expected rainfall is amount 7.5 mm up to 15 mm within 1 hour is likely to continue. Communities given this advisory are advised to be aware of the weather condition and warned that flooding may be possible in low-lying areas. An orange rainfall advisory is raised in areas where rainfall is between 15 mm and 30 mm within 1 hour. Flooding is a definite threat in communities under the orange alert. A rainfall advisory is raised when observed rainfall is more than 30 mm within 1 hour, or if rainfall has continued for the past 3 hours and is more than 65 mm. When PAG-ASA raises a red warning, communities should be prepared to respond. It means serious flooding is seen, and that is residents should be ready to evacuate to safety. Heavy rains had made the Philippines capital paralyzed this week, submerging about 70% of its total land area. The scenario has become more normal, seen and an annual headline every rainy season. Storms have become country's constant visitors. So with such a usual scenario, we often see even after the storms have passed and flood have subsided. How are you going to prepare for it? We'll be showing some of the things that we should do. Okay, so here are some. What to do before, during, and after typhoon. Before typhoon, we must store, adequately supply food and clean water. Prepare food that need not to be cooked. Flashlights, candles, and battery-powered radios within easy search. Examine your house and repair its unstable parts. Always keep yourself updated with the latest weather report. Should you need to evacuate, bring clothes, first aid kit, candles, flashlight, battery-powered radio, food, and etc. During the typhoon, stay inside the house. Always keep yourself updated with the latest weather report. If safe drinking water is not available, boil water at least 20 minutes. Place it in a container with cover. Keep an eye or lighted candles or gas lamps. If there is a need to move to an evacuation center, follow these reminders. Evacuate calmly. Close the windows. Turn off main power switch. Put important appliances and belongings in high ground. And lastly, after typhoon, if your house was destroyed, make sure that it is already safe and stable when you enter. Watch out for live wires, outlet immersed in water. Report damaged electrical cables and fallen electric posts to the authorities. Do not let water accumulate in tires, cans, or pots to avoid creating a favorable condition for mosquito breeding. So guys, before we end this up, let us summarize first the topic for the second topic. PAG-ASA, which means Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, is government agency that is tasked to monitor tropical cyclone occurrences and give typhoon warning signals or give typhoon warnings. PAG-ASA regularly monitors typhoons so people can prepare and be safe. Number 3 is we should always be prepared before the typhoon. Know what to do during and be aware on what to do after so we can be safe and damage can be minimized. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and you learned a lot. Bye for now.